Welcome. In this training, we'll be going over prevention of aggression and physical holds 80-20. By the end of this course, you will learn the following concepts. We will go over stages of development, constructive guidance and discipline, improving self-esteem, methods to interact more positively with children, strategic techniques for managing negative behavior, and best supervision and safety practices. We'll first go over an introduction, then we'll go over the stages of cognitive development, followed by constructive guidance and discipline. We will go over fostering self-esteem, positive interactions, strategic techniques, supervision and safety projects, documentations, physical holds and release from holds, bites, chokes, and hair pulls. My name is Malaya, and I recently started working with America's Angels as a foster home developer. I graduated from Prairie View A&M University with a degree in psychology, and since joining the agency, my experience has been incredibly insightful, and this organization has played a significant role in helping me discover my purpose in serving others. Foster care wasn't something I was deeply familiar with before, but through my work here, I've developed a much stronger understanding and empathy for the children and families within this system. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to contribute to meaningful work. Before we move forward, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of you for dedicating your time and energy to helping children live a life they truly deserve. Why are we here today? The idea of this training is to give you a better understanding of aggression and how to contain it. These statistics are very real, and there are some that are devastating, like that children in foster care are 2 to 5 times more likely to self-harm slash commit suicide. It is our job to be effective caregivers and prevent these stats from growing in numbers. Let's look at some facts. Of the 415,000 children in foster care in 2014, 326 children died in care. Another 8,000 children were transferred to another agency or facility, and 1,000 ran away. PAPH 8020 is designed to provide caregivers and foster parents tools to more effectively care for their children. Why 8020? Essentially, it means listen 80% and talk 20%. Easy to say, but hard to do. Let's get started. Now we'll talk about the stages of development, cognitive and psychosocial. Infancy. Knowledge of the world is limited and only based on physical interactions. The growth of physical abilities allows them to explore more, but the basis of their intelligence is established through their senses. At about 7 months of age, babies establish object permanence. Objects are still there even when they are taken away. Children in this stage can either develop trust or mistrust, and this is established through their primary caregivers providing for their basic needs. For early childhood, symbols and language use are starting to be developed. Memory and imagination are developed, but thinking is still done in a non logical and non reversible way. Egocentric thinking is formed, which is only thinking about oneself and not others' interactions with the world. Children need to develop a sense of personal control over physical skills and a sense of independence. Success leads to feelings of autonomy, failure results in feelings of shame and doubt. Preschool, cognitive still pre-operational, to being asserting. Children need to being asserting control and power over the environment. Success in this stage leads to a sense of purpose. Children who try to exert too much power experience disapproval, resulting in feelings of guilt. School age. Intelligence becomes more logical and systematic. Operational thinking develops. If a ball of dough is squished, it is still the same mass as before. Egocentric thought diminishes as they have more social interactions. Children need to cope with more new social and academic demands. Success leads to a sense of competence, while failure leads to feelings of inferiority. Adolescence. Logical use of symbols, better understanding of abstract concepts, usually a return to some egocentric thought. Teens need to develop a sense of self and personal identity. Success leads to an ability to stay true to yourself, while failure leads to a role of confusion and a weak sense of self. Cognitive development. By age 6, 95% of the brain is developed. However, gray matter, which is the thinking part of the brain, continues to thicken and grow like branches. Thickening peaks at the age 11 or 12, and then extra matter is eliminated or pruned. How do we get these connections to stop being pruned? Use it or lose it. Guidance and discipline are the methods or tools that are used to help children learn self control and to feel good about themselves. In general, positive tools like choice and timeouts help children develop self control more easily. Negative tools like yelling or making fun of children tend to make them timid and withdrawn or rebellious and mean. Rather than help improve the child's behaviors and gain their cooperation, negative tools lead children to feel bad about themselves and to develop fewer feelings of self control. They also lead children to question caregivers' motives. Children have a sense of self control. They know what to do and when to do it, even when caregivers aren't around. A sense of self control helps children feel safe and confident and enables them to think of themselves. On the next slide, we'll go over a short list of tools. There are many specific tools that caregivers can use to guide and discipline children. Here are just a few. Listen more, 80%, talk less, 20%. It is important to take the time to listen. It gains intuition by stopping and giving attention. Number three, set limits. By setting limits, it allows you to be calm but firm. Limits are essential and can give a sense of safety. Number four, offer choices. Offering choices gives a sense of control, such as what should your punishment be? Number five, redirect. Redirect. How about we do this together? Number six, timeouts. Make sure the child understands purpose and expectations. Why? Because they may feel like you're just annoying and shunning them. Model the behavior and show them how timeouts can help. And number seven, reinforcement behavior. A positive reinforcement, such as when the child finishes their homework, let them know that they did a good job. Inform them that you're very proud of them. Or a constructive behavior is the child is arguing, let them know that this might be not be the best way to go about the situation and offer different ways in a positive reinforcement. Fostering self-esteem. Psychologists tell us that self-esteem is a person's self-image at an emotional level. How to improve self-esteem? You can improve it by using encouraging language, fostering independence and responsibility, and teach children to manage their own behavior. When your self esteem is low, how likely are you to seek out help? It is the same for our children. Self esteem fosters growth, and we should help foster self esteem by applying these different examples of improvement. Here are some positive interactions with children regarding fostering self esteem. You can have one to one time, you can ask questions, you can check in with the child, you can give a reward, the positive, teach them as an individual, look at things from their perspective, model appropriate interactions, and of course, listen 80% at least of the time. Strategic techniques. Understanding a child's issues. When dealing with an emotional child, it is critical to act quickly and correctly. Assess the information they present and respond in a manner that will bring about the best possible outcome for the child and those around them. Quite often, what is seen does not always reflect the emotions being expressed. For this reason, take the following steps. Determine how the child makes you feel, observe what the child is doing, and then decide what the most effective response should be. When there is some type of behavior or emotional issue, it is important to do a root cause analysis. Back things up increment by increment to better understand what is going on. This all has to do with listening 80 and talking 20. You should be able to gain an intuition of your child. With the right frame of mind, intuition can be learned. In this slide, we'll discuss how to use our emotions to determine a child's goal of behavior. How can we respond to these emotions in a socially appropriate way to give them their goal? Such as revenge, we could ask, did I do something to make you mad? Or for power, you can just don't respond. There's clowning, schedule time, do things with them, or there's quitting easily, get feedback from them, help them plan. Identifying potential crisis. A crisis develops when we lose control of an aspect of our life and or environment that we previously felt we had control over. Sometimes this loss of control may result in an emotional downward spiral. When this happens, people may become desperate, and this desperation can manifest itself in many ways. We must know our children's thoughts and behavior patterns so that we may anticipate their behavior. For some, a simple change in clothes may point to an impending crisis. For others, it may be a subtle change in their tone of voice, and in others, a rather overt change in behavior. There are no simple formulas. What should you do in a sign of a crisis? For one, make sure others are safe, reduce stimulus, stop everything, do not ignore, and deal with it here and now. Types of interventions. Most of what we are going to discuss is common sense. It is important to communicate with a child in a way that is both respectful and sends a very clear message. Communication can sometimes be humorous, but should be not sarcastic. Let's look at communications from the following two perspectives: verbal and nonverbal. Also, what are some verbal communications? You can ask questions such as why this reaction, but avoid use statements, use a calm voice, be understandable, and don't give up too much instruction. What are some nonverbal communications? Body language, eye contacts, eye level, proximity. Touch can help or hurt, comes with your intuition. When it comes to the goals of an intervention, we have our short-term goals such as control and safety, and we have our long-term goals such as internalization of the skills we have taught. Now we will discuss power struggles. How do you know you are in a control battle? Or how do you avoid a control battle? First, think before you respond. Always ask yourself, why is he asking me this question? 2, respond only once. 3, expect action. If there is no action, always follow up. And 4, acknowledge success or failure. How do you get out of a power struggle? It's as easy as take a time out, stop talking, take a deep abdominal breath, apologize for getting involved in the battle, then restate expectations and begin with step 1 of how to avoid a control battle. Now we'll discuss identifying problems before they occur. Number 1, be aware of subtle changes in appearance. Number 2, get to know children for whom you may not have a fondness. Number 3, pay attention to body language, how they walk into the room, sit in their chair, facial expressions, etc., and breathing rates. Number 4, make mental and written notes of mood swings, unusual use of language, and cussing. Number 5, ensure resolution to disagreements. Number 6, do not use or tolerate the words shut up. Number 7, do not allow name calling. Number 8, correct threatening language and monitor volume. Number 9, when self-destruction comments are made, do something, and when your stomach starts to flutter, respond. People with casual self-destructive thoughts are statistically more likely to actually do it later. They are mentally opening the door. Now we will discuss documentations. This is not to keep you busy. You're with the child 24/7. We are not. Decisions on level of care will be made based on what you write. So we ask for you to be specific, describe, not prescribe, include all events and responses that lead to the important events, quote if possible, document as events occur, and review notes. You may realize a solution which wasn't clear in the moment. We have now reached the end of the training. Again, I thank you for your time and any questions you have, we will discuss at this moment.